Hi guys, and welcome back to another Gab's cryptocurrency video where we trade by data and not by hype. And today, we're watching Bitcoin is on track. On today, this super cycle weekend, pag-uusapan natin yung latest movement to Bitcoin. We are also going to look at the previous death cross in history. We're also going to check the Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve, the stock to flow ratio model, pi cycle top indicator. Bibigyan natin sila lahat ng update. And then we are also going to check this daily time frame bullish indicators that we have been noticing in the past few days. So if you want to see more of this, stay tuned to know more. And yes, before we start this whole watch party, I would also like to thank everyone who have sent their greetings to my birthday. So thanks everyone for sending in your greetings. I appreciate all of your greetings. And also, I also want to give a shout out kay Mai Kakunanan and Kayam Sumagi for bringing in this gift na pinadala sa akin. So, siguro quick unboxing lang. And it's actually related daw to crypto. So, I guess we'll have to see ngayon. So, this is what they sent me earlier. And yeah, just a quick unboxing. Ang ganda ng package niya. And it's an acrylic LED lamp daw. And yeah, open lang natin. Oh, wow. So, LED lamp siya and tingnan natin ano yung laman. So, may LED light. And from this LED. So, thanks for bringing in this gift. I appreciate it kahit hindi ko pa nakikita. Pero ito, opening na. Medyo ang dami niya lang kailangan buksan. Oh wow, ito pala ay isang Gabs Crypto plaque. LED light lamp. Lagyan natin siya dito. Gabs Crypto. Ang ganda guys. So this is designed by Micah Kunanan and Kayam Sumagi. Itong LED lamp. Hindi natin sure baka mamaya magbenta sila ng ganitong merchandise pero see soon. So this is a Gabs Crypto LED lamp. So may controller siya dito. And it's a setup ko mamaya. Titignan ko paano siya i-setup. Meron siya ditong uh, may cable, LED lamp. And yeah. Thanks Kayem and thanks Micah for this gift. Ang ganda niya. Excited ako mamaya i-try out siya. And siguro let's see if may mga gusto nito sa mga viewers. Try natin, ask natin yung mga viewers kung gusto nila ng LED lamp nito. Yeah, so thanks for this LED lamp. Anyway, yeah, thank you for all the greetings guys at sa mga nagbigay ng mga gift and their support. So if you also want to support this channel, you can also leave some donations at the super chat down below. So yeah, and let's dive into the video. So alam ko ito yung pinaka-inaabangan nyo guys. So let's try to look first at the Bitcoin in the short term. So in the short term, we are currently watching out for this 4-hour time frame. And then yung pinakamahalaga is yung latest natin tiningnan, which is the latest head and shoulder signal. So, previously guys, nagpakita ko ng head and shoulder pattern dito sa ating Bitcoin time frame. And then sabi natin na magkakaroon ng possible bounce at the 44.5K. However, instead of having that 44.5K, nag-bounce siya sa 34 point, instead of 34.5K, bumagsak siya sa 34.6K, which is pretty much almost the same with our strong support. But yeah, we had that strong support and yeah, we played this as predicted for the head and shoulders pattern. And right now, we are getting a rejection from this. Our previous support is now acting as a resistance. And then yeah, we are getting this decline from the early time frame and it's now going down. Our target for this movement is still the 34.5K and 30, and the lowest the lowest target is still the 34K. So we'll have to check that one out anytime soon kung ano yung magiging movement niya. And that's for the early time frame, guys. So we are pretty bearish right now for the early time frame. Still, wala pang indication for any trend reversal to the upside. RSI is not showing any indicators of a reversal such as divergence, wala pang ganon. What at the MACD, I think we're having a cross to the downside for the MACD, so we might get another bullish, or I mean another bearish movement to the downside. So yeah, that's what you have definitely to watch out for the MACD. Now let's dive into the 4-hour time frame. So kay 4-hour time frame naman, it's almost the same with what we are following with the hourly time frame. But for the 4-hour, our main target for this is actually this symmetric triangle. Now we have been following this past few days, actually weeks na. So we had this breakout to the downside from this symmetric triangle, and we actually played out, but went up after hitting this support, this 31K support. We had that strong support there, so 50% of our target was met. And then we are now actually playing out this 4-hour target downward movement again after breaking out from this symmetric triangle na naman. So right now, if we break this strong support nitong 34K, 35K support, we might see another move to the downside. But as you can see, guys, the bears are now starting to lose in this movement. Kasi if titingnan mo, we are actually having a lot of downward movement. We can also say that this is a double bottom, but this is very far for to say na double bottom siya. Kasi ang layo ng pagitan niya from each other. So I doubt na this is a double bottom. But what else can we see from this movement? You can also see another pattern forming, which is a descending channel. So you can make the case that this is a descending channel, indicating that we could continue more to the downside anytime soon. So possible na ganyan yung move natin for the next few days. And then we could continue going down following this trend. Kasi if you're going to zoom out, we are still going bearish from this movement. So we are still following this. Kung nagkaroon lang tayo ng break to the upside, kung na-break natin itong resistance na to, itong resistance na line, makikita mo na sinusundan pa din natin itong movement. And yeah, that's what you are definitely need to look out for. Itong descending channel, if na-break natin siya to the upside, only then we are going to see a movement to the upside. So yeah, if we break this, anywhere sa point of breakout, are we only going to follow this target? So yeah, definitely what you have to watch out for. So now, let's look into other indicators naman for the daily time frame. So for the daily time frame, ito yung susundan natin actually. So for the daily time frame. So for the daily time frame, nag-form actually tayo sa dalawang indicators natin such as the RSI and kay MACD ng possible bullish movement kasi if you are going to look closely, we are now forming a bullish divergence dito kay RSI. And then dito din kay MACD, we are also forming a MACD cross to the upside. And this is our first time na magkakaroon tayo ng movement dito sa baba. So we might actually see a possible movement anytime soon na paganyan. So possible na magkaroon ng ganitong movement tayo dito kay Bitcoin price. Magkaroon tayo ng possible pump anytime soon. And then, ano pa ba yung kailangan natin tingnan dito? Pwede natin tingnan itong moving average, which is the 200 and the 50-day moving average. So, if you are going to look at this movement, we are now having this possible death cross anytime soon. So, you can project that this might cross anytime between around siguro June 17 to June 19, around this area. So we might expect a death cross anytime soon. And if we had that cross, ano ba yung possible movement na pwede natin makita? We'll also try to look at that. Pero right now, for this one, we can see a massive pump to the upside if we play out this daily time frame bullish indicators, such as the bullish divergence. So, this is a midterm, hindi naman midterm, siguro short-term pump lang kasi kailangan niya mag-pump din dito kahit papaano eh. So now, what we could expect in here is still a movement from this area, pump dump from this descending channel. And then if we break to the upside, we can see a movement na ganito. And then from there on, we have to check out kung anong possible thing na mangyari. But yeah, relatively speaking, we could actually play a pump dump movement for ilang days dito, or actually ilang weeks. And that's actually a good thing kasi our accumulation phase is a good thing for us to accumulate more coins. And the more na we can accumulate, the more our market cycle top increases. So papasadahan natin siya dito mamaya. Ano yung example niya for the market cycle top kung tumaas? Kung habang nagde-delay natin, ano yung nagiging market cycle top natin? So yeah, and yeah, that cross is already inevitable. And if you want to see a detailed explanation of the death cross, you could also actually check out my other video, which is the death cross is inevitable and what is a death cross. You can actually find that in my channel and understand what is a death cross. So now, yun yung possible things na pwede natin expect for the daily. Let's now look at other indicators naman for this one. So let's now look at the previous death cross in history. So 'di ba sabi natin nag-expect tayo ng death cross anytime soon. So in history, this was the previous death cross na nagkaroon after coming up from a massive pump. So ito guys, i-exclude natin itong death cross na to. Ito, exclude natin siya kasi wala naman tayong massive pump na nangyari nun. So this is just a continuation of the previous death cross. So I would exclude this, and this one was during the coronavirus dump. So that's why we are not considering this as uh, an accurate death cross. So let's try to look first at this death cross. So in this death cross, nagkaroon tayo ng massive pump to the upside. Makikita mo na hindi natin niretest yung 200-day moving average for a long time. And that was also the same thing with what happened to our latest price action. Hindi natin na-retest yung 200-day moving average for a very long time. So, yun yung ating first sign na fina-follow dito. The next thing is, nagkaroon tayo ng rejection at the 50-day moving average. Dito din sa ating price action, nagkaroon din tayo ng rejection at the 50-day moving average. So, yeah, so far so good. We are still following the same movement. And then after that, nagkaroon din tayo ng rejection at the 200-day moving average after going down below the 200-day moving average. And we also played that one out. Nagkaroon tayo ng rejection at the 200-day moving average. So far, we are following this previous death cross in history. And now we are actually about to form this bullish divergence. Makita mo na the price is the RSI is increasing while the price is decreasing, indicating a bullish divergence, a pump to the upside. And we had that pump to the upside during the death cross, kung titingnan mo to. Right now, ang nagpo-form ngayon is itong bullish divergence, declining price. And now, ang hindi pa nagpe-play out is itong massive pump na inaabangan natin. So, we have to check that one out anytime soon kung ano yung mangyayari doon. And if we did get that pump, we can actually maximize this move. You can take a buy long in this area and then siguro take profit after hitting the death cross. But ano ba nangyari after ng death cross? So, if history is any indication, we could actually set this as our possible movement. So, after making the death cross, nagkaroon ng pump na people were actually trying to negate or cancel out this death cross, but that did not happen. Instead, we still continued the death cross and head to the downside after the death cross. So, what should we expect, guys? We should expect a massive pump after this movement. And then during the death cross, we should expect a possible rejection anytime soon with that death cross. So, yeah, we'll have to look at that one out. So currently, hindi pa nagpe-play out yung pump. Actually, yung inaabangan natin yung pump. So, let's look at this price action. So, kung nangyari yung pump, possible na mag-reject pa tayo up to siguro 31K, 34K, 30K, 31K, and then siguro get that pump during the death cross, just like what we had in here in the previous movement. And then, after that, magkakaroon siguro ng possible dump to the downside para humabol yung 200-day moving average and yung 50-day. So, possible na ito yung pwede natin tingnan na movement, which is the 50-day going down below the 200-day, indicating a death cross, and then go down below again the 50-day. So, kita mo na below the 50-day siya, and then would take a recovery at this area. So, and then after that, siguro we could have a brief amount of period na pump dump, and this is a good time to reaccumulate itong movement na to. So, how long did this movement take after the death cross? Bago tayo naka-recover kay 50-day moving average. That was around 74 days or roughly 2 to 3 months. So, 2 to 3 months after the death cross, only then na we should expect a move. But in the meantime, what you should be expecting is a move to the downside, a massive pump, and then a move to the downside during this death cross. And I would not expect any profit anytime soon, as this is more of a reaccumulation phase dito. So yeah, definitely what you should look out for in this movement. So yeah, ingat lang kayo dito guys. And if I were you, I would start taking in my DCA orders. I would start setting my DCA strategies dito sa mga possible areas na after ng death cross. And you could also actually take different short-term trades. You could maximize the pump and dump movement dito. Kasi if you're going to look at this as actually a 34% pump on the previous death cross. And then after that, nagkaroon ng dump ng 32%, 33%. And then you could actually make another short-term movement dito, 18%. But take note guys, selling is very risky ngayon. So this could still play out anytime soon. So yeah, you have to follow this one out. But generally speaking, I would not sell any coins right now kasi we are at the lowest point of the market cycle, and kung titingnan natin yung kung titingnan natin yung fear and greed index, nasa lowest point. Everyone is extremely fearful, and that the last time na nandito tayo was during the coronavirus dump, and that was the lowest point in history kay Bitcoin na nagkaroon ng indicator below the 200-day moving average, 200-week moving average, and yeah, other things na nagsasabi na yun yung lowest point ng market cycle. So, we are also imitating na this is the lowest market cycle. This is the lowest point of the market cycle. So yeah, that's a death cross. Let's move on to another topic naman, which is the logarithmic growth curve. So for the logarithmic growth curve, you have been following this. If you have been in this channel for a very long time, you would now know na this logarithmic growth curve is a very good indication for us in determining the possible movement of this market cycle. Kasi every market will have this lower regression band, and then the upper regression band would indicate the market cycle top. And then the halfway point would be this Fibonacci level, three this halfway point between the 618 and the 324, 382 level. So let's now look at the latest market cycle movement. So right now we are getting support at this Fibonacci level kay logarithmic growth curve. And as you can see, the more na dinedelay natin yung ating pump, the more na nagkakaroon ng dump, the more na tumataas ang ating market cycle top. So ngayon, ang foreseeable market cycle top natin is 129K. And dati, ang foreseeable market cycle top natin is 115 lang. So kita nyo guys, habang tumataas ang ating possible market cycle top. So yeah, Bitcoin is definitely still on track. So we are getting this movement dito kay logarithmic growth curve. So yeah, so far so good, on track pa din, and I would expect na we could have this small bearish period, but yeah, that's not a bad thing for the Bitcoin price. Now let's move on to another chart, which is the stock to flow ratio model. So, yung color, this heat map is indicating na kung anong point na ba tayo sa ating market cycle. And if it's on the green side, it would indicate na patapos na yung market cycle. If it's if it's in the blue area, that would indicate a reaccumulation phase. And if it's in the yellow part, that would indicate that we are at the halfway point. So let's try to look at this previous market cycle. So yellow was the halfway point, yellow halfway point, and right now we are at the yellow area, indicating na we are at the halfway point. And then the last time na napunta tayo dito sa yellow area na to, nagkaroon ng dump, was the 2014 market cycle. You could see some similarities kasi during that period, nagkaroon ng dump when it was at the red color. And then we had that red color dito. That's why we saw a dump. And then right now, we are seeing this movement at the yellow area, indicating na we are at the halfway point. Now, yeah, Bitcoin is still on track dito kay stock to flow. Halfway point pa din. So, nothing to worry for the long term. Let's now look at the Pi cycle top. So, Pi cycle top is a combination of a moving average, the 350 and 111 moving average, and then let's try to look at this. If nagkaroon ng pi cycle top cross, that would indicate na yun yung market cycle top or a short term or a mid-term top or a local top. So you can see dito sa ating 2014 market cycle, na nagkaroon ng cross, that indicated na bearish movement in a brief amount of period. So that's why we saw this very long movement, very long accumulation period dito. And then nung nag-cross ulit, nagkaroon tayo ng bullish movement to the upside. So now let's look at the current movement dito kay Bitcoin price. So let's look at this area. Makikita mo na hindi pa nagka-cross yung ating bicycle top, indicating na we are still if this is history is any indication, 'di ba? Bicycle pag nagkaroon ng cross, that would indicate a bearish period. Pero since we did not cross, we would not see a very long bearish period. So we are still bullish and we could still see a possible movement to the upside pa din anytime soon. It's just that itong that cross, this would take siguro around 2 to 3 months na bearish period. Pero on the pi cycle top, the last time na nagkaroon ng cross, pag nagkaroon ng cross, that would indicate at least bearish period. But since this did not cross, I believe na ang possible bearish period natin would take around 3 to 6 months lang. Minimum in 3 months siguro. And then 6 months na yung maximum kasi hindi naman tayo dito nag-cross. So, I would expect a 3 to 6 months bearish period. Pag lumampas ng 6 months, I think that's very unlikely na lalagpas ng 6 months. So, yeah, definitely what you should look out for in this movement. And then, yeah, I think that's it for our update dito. Na-cover naman natin yung daily time frame. Na-cover din natin yung possible movement niya with this death cross and then the pi cycle top, stock to flow, and then the logarithmic growth curve. So far, so good for the Bitcoin price. Everything is still on track for the long term. So, wala naman kayo ikaka-worry guys, dapat. Do not disturb ko lang. So yes, okay naman tayo. Let's try to look at the comment section. Tingnan natin yung mga sinasabi ng mga tao. And you can leave some donation at the super chat. Sir, possible po ba na magkaroon ng death cross and dump ng price? Yup, possible. Yung pinasadahan ko kanina. Are we still going to visit a 30k Bitcoin? Still possible pa rin. Kasi, if titingnan mo tong descending channel, we could actually follow a move to the downside pa din and head to this area. So 30K is still possible pa din, guys. Same goes with 25K. Everything is still possible. Pero 20K, I think there are no data pa din indicating a 20K Bitcoin, pero 25K is the lowest point as of this moment. Kasi kung fa-follow natin to, possible na bumaba pa siya, pero it's not very low. Hindi naman ganun kalayo yung kanyang pag-dump para magsabi ng bearish, ng sobrang babang point. So, I believe 25 to 30K is the lowest part ng market cycle natin ngayon. Is 30 to 35K a good buy? Yup, 30 to 35K is a good buy actually. Actually, any area between this area is already a good buy for the long term. So, definitely, good good move pa din naman tayo ngayon. Wala naman tayo ikaka-worry. Especially for the long term, since okay na okay. I believe na any time dito is a good buy. And then I would take this time to reaccumulate more coins. Sir, end na ba ng altcoin season? Very good question. Now, let's head into altcoins naman. Kasi, I believe na marami din nagtatanong kasi, bakit naiwanan yung altcoins nung nag-pump sa Bitcoin? This is a very good question. Now, and to answer that, we should now be checking the Bitcoin dominance chart kasi ito yung nagsasabi ng movement natin for the Bitcoin and altcoins price. Let's look at this one. So generally, what we want to see is if we want to see altcoins to pump, Bitcoin dominance should go down. In the past 3 months, the dominance went around 44% na dump. So the dominance fell down, indicating na nagkaroon tayo ng strong movement to the downside dito kay dominance, indicating this was an altcoin season. Itong dump. Pero if we are getting a pump to the upside, that would indicate Bitcoin is going stronger against the altcoins. So, ano ba ibig sabihin nung stronger and weaker? Bigyan natin kayo ng isang example. If pababa ang dominance, let's say bumaba ang dominance, tapos nag-pump si Bitcoin. Ibig sabihin nun, pag nag-pump si Bitcoin, tapos bumaba ang dominance, ibig sabihin na yung altcoins is stronger. Pag stronger, ganito ang movement ng altcoins. Very exponential yung kanyang growth at sobrang mas malakas kaysa kay Bitcoin. So, ganun yung movement ni altcoins, itong steep increase. And then si Bitcoin is hindi ganun kataas. Kaya napansin nyo ng altcoin seasons, diba? Halos lahat ng coins tumataas ng sobrang lakas dahil babagsak ang dominance, kaya mas mataas ang kanyang increase. Ngayon, ano naman mangyayari kung bumagsak si Bitcoin during a downward trend ng dominance? So, pag bumagsak si Bitcoin, tapos bumagsak ang kanyang dominance, ang mangyayari is si altcoins, ganito ang movement niya. Konti lang yung kanyang dump, unlike kay Bitcoin na mas malakas. So, that is in the case of a falling dominance. Pero let's see, ano naman sir ang scenario kung pataas ang dominance? So, that's another good question naman. So, to answer that, let's follow this one. If pataas ang dominance, kung yari si Bitcoin price is nag-increase siya, altcoins will bleed. Ibig sabihin ng bleed, although magpa-pump si Bitcoin, ang pump ni altcoin is ganito lang. Hindi siya tulad ng Bitcoin na sobrang lakas. Ang nangyari kasi dito, people are moving their altcoins to Bitcoin kaya nagkakaroon ng pump or inaagaw ni Bitcoin yung attention. Kaya nung nagpump itong si dominance, makita mo na sobrang tumaas si Bitcoin at hindi sumabay si altcoins. Si altcoins na pag-iwanan. Ngayon, what if pababa naman si Bitcoin tapos nagpa-pump pa din si dominance? So, pag ganun ang nangyari, ang mangyayari naman is pag nag-dump si Bitcoin tapos pataas pa rin ang dominance, ang bagsak ni altcoin is mas malakas. So, kaya delikado itong dominance Dahil pag tumaas pa din ang dominance tapos bumagsak si Bitcoin, mas malakas yung bagsak ng altcoins for the short term. So, yun yung kailangan yung tandaan, guys. So, may four scenarios lang naman siya. If pataas si dominance, tapos pataas si Bitcoin, Bitcoin will pump, altcoins will bleed. Pero if pababa, tapos pataas pa rin ang dominance, Bitcoin will go lower, but altcoins will generally dump higher and faster. So, mas malakas yung dump ni altcoins kaysa kay Bitcoin pag pataas ang dominance. So, ngayon, the $1 million question. Tapos na ba ang altcoin season? So, let's try to look at this historical altcoin movement. This Bitcoin dominance movement. So, let's try to refresh the chart lang muna para maayos siya tingnan. So, Bitcoin dominance. Thanks, Frank, for the donation. Happy birthday, Sir Gab. More blessings. Thank you, and sana malaki pa ang maipon mo dito sa crypto. So, this is the Bitcoin dominance for the past few days. Kung naalala nyo, guys, meron tayong head and shoulders forming in the chart. So, a head and shoulders is a bearish move. And then, nung na-break natin si head and shoulders, nagkaroon tayo ng dominance dump to the downside. Hence, we saw this massive altcoin season happening. So, ayun, nung nagkaroon ng pagbagsak, nakakita tayo na altcoin season dito dahil dyan sa breakdown na yan. So, para saan ba ang dominance? Dominance is indicator kung sino mas malakas, si Bitcoin or si altcoins. So, bumagsak to. So, ibig sabihin, mas malakas si altcoins. So, ayun, nung na-meet na natin yung target, nagkaroon tayo ng reversal. So, na-meet natin yung target. So, nagkaroon ng pump indicating na Bitcoin na ang mas malakas. So, nagkaroon tayo ng two scenarios ngayon na nag-pump si Bitcoin. And this is actually this is a bad sign for altcoins since nagkaroon na tayo ng dalawang signs na nagko-pump, tinatry na Bitcoin mag-pump. This would possibly say na tapos na yung altcoin season. So, that's a bad news, guys. So, I hate to break it to you guys, but we might see an end in the altcoin season movement. And let's try to look naman at the altcoin season indicator. So, altcoin season index yung titingnan natin doon. So, remember, kailangan bumagsak si dominance para makita natin yung altcoin season. So, ito na. Ito, altcoin season for the whole year to is. So, hindi ito titignan natin. Average to and then ito yung year. Ito titignan natin yung altcoin month. And then right now, we are seeing a, a Bitcoin month indicating na mahina si altcoins ngayon. So, this is a first sign and we might see if this is a first sign na ngayon na nag-dump na si altcoin season, that we could actually see a big move for Bitcoin anytime soon and altcoins. Can you guys see the stream again? Nawala. Saglit. Let me know guys if nakikita nyo ulit yung stream. Okay, nice. So ngayon, let's go back to the video. Nawala saglit sa internet. Alam niyo naman dito sa Pilipinas. Thanks, Kinch 2015 for the donation. I appreciate it and shout out sa iyo. So let's now go back again to the Bitcoin dominance. And then sabi ko nga, we are seeing a symmetric triangle. So let's try to look at this. So now this is a decisive move for the Bitcoin dominance. So we are seeing the symmetric triangle. And ngayon, ito yung magdedetermine ngayon kung mag-extend pa ba si altcoin season. So let's try to get this possible movement. If we break to the upside, this is apparently a Bitcoin season if we break to the upside. But if we break to the downside, that is a continuation of the altcoin season. So anytime soon, kailangan natin ito i-follow na kailangan bumagsak itong si altcoin, itong si Bitcoin dominance para mag-continue yung ating mga pump sa altcoins. Connected mo ba si Bitcoin dominance sa price action? Yup, of course. If bumagsak si dominance, ang mga altcoins ang magiging stronger against Bitcoin. Pero if nag-pump to the upside, Bitcoin is stronger than altcoins. So, mas magpa-pump si Bitcoin kaysa kay altcoins pag pataas to. So yeah, now let's look into different altcoins naman since we now know the situation for the Bitcoin dominance. So, sa ngayon, Bitcoin dominance is falling. So, this would indicate na may mga altcoins na magpa-pump ngayon. So, may nag-pump mga altcoins ngayon. I believe most of the altcoins are now pumping despite of Bitcoin right now dumping. So, kaya sobrang mahalaga tingnan itong dominance kasi dito magdedepende lahat yung mga altcoins. Kita nyo guys, bumagsak si dominance. Kaya nakita nyo may mga altcoins nagpa-pump ngayon. I believe Matic went up 20% from yesterday. So, yeah, that's because of this dominance falling. So, ganun yung halaga niya. Now, let's look at Ethereum naman. So, Ethereum is what we have been following for quite a while now. And then, sabi nga natin, si Ethereum, the 100-day and 50-day moving average is what we are following. If we break below the 200-day, if we break below the 100-day moving average, we can see a dump for Ethereum to the downside. And right now, we are playing that one out. So Ethereum is currently dumping. And our target for this one is around 1,800 US dollars for the Ethereum price movement dump action. So we might even go lower following this ascending triangle pattern. But right now, as of this moment, Ethereum is going lower. Let's also look at the 4-hour time frame. So in the 4-hour time frame naman, we are still playing out this ascending triangle move to the downside. That's why we are seeing that dump. And we have been following this ascending triangle for a very long time na guys. So ito yung naging decisive move niya. And right now, we are still in position pa din for this dump. So ngayon, I'm expecting this downward movement pa din. Let's also now look at the Ethereum to Bitcoin dominance. So right now, ito yung during altcoin season na nag-pump si Ethereum. So ito yung pump niya to the upside. Kaya nakita natin Ethereum pumping. Pero ngayon, nung nag-dump si Bitcoin, ito yung dump ni Bitcoin. Then tinry ni Ethereum humabol. Tapos ito na yung naging dump lately ni Ethereum. If you're going to correlate this movement, this was actually also the same movement noong nag-dump si Ethereum. So, kita niyo yung correlation, guys. And then that same movement was also the same time na nag-pump si Dominance. Ganun kahalaga itong Dominance, guys. Dahil nag-pump si Dominance, nag-dump itong Ethereum to Bitcoin dominance. Tingnan mo sa 4 hour niya para i-compare natin. Ayan no, nag-dump si dominance, nag-pump nag-dump si dominance kay Bitcoin, nag-decline kay Ethereum dominance. So nakita niyo yung correlation guys, 'di ba? So in that case, kailangan bumagsak itong Bitcoin dominance para mag-pump itong Ethereum dominance. So right now, makikita mo itong dump ni Bitcoin dominance, 'di ba? Mako-correlate mo din siya ngayon dito sa pump ng Ethereum dominance. Kaya ganoon kahalaga ang kanyang dominance, guys. Tingnan nyo. Ngayon kay Bitcoin, ang lakas ng decline niya ngayon. Mas malakas yung decline niya ngayon. Pero kay Ethereum, mas mahina yung decline niya ngayon dahil nagpa-pump si Ethereum dominance. At the same time, nagda-dump itong Bitcoin dominance. So, ganun yung paggamit ng Bitcoin and Ethereum dominance, guys. Para kung sakaling nag-dump si Bitcoin, alam nyo kung ganong kalalim yung dump ni Ethereum. So, ayun. So, right now, our target for Ethereum is still 2.2K, 2K, and then 1.8K. So, definitely we should have, what we should watch out for. And for the very short term, no signs of bullish trend reversal to the upside. So, downtrend pa din tayo. Nag-form din tayo ng rising wedge dito. So, our rising wedge is a bearish pattern. So, hence we broke to the downside. So, yeah, Ethereum is still this one, still following. Now, let's look at Cardano. I believe someone is asking, possible pa ba yung $2 Cardano? Yup, very possible pa din. Tandaan nyo guys, this movement na we are seeing is just for the short and mid term. In the long term, aakit pa din lahat ng coins guys. So, kahit papaano, kailangan nyong intindihin na this is not the end of altcoins pa din. It can be the end of the altcoin season, or in that case, dito kay Dominance, it is already the end of the altcoin season, but it's not the end for the pump ng altcoins. Hindi naman ibig sabihin na nag-end na si altcoin season, hindi na akit si altcoins. Aakit pa din sila guys. Sadyang hindi lang ganun kalakas yung pump niya as compared to Bitcoin. So right now, dito kay Cardano, let's follow the 4 hour time frame kasi ito yung significant time frame na fina-follow natin. So right now we are seeing this downward movement for Cardano and we might possibly go to the $1 time frame. So yeah, that's what you should be looking out for. And for the short term, we are also seeing a possible falling wedge. So a falling wedge is a bullish trend reversal. So if nag-play out to, we might see a bullish Cardano. Siguro hindi pa siguro ngayon to, around June 15. So medyo malayo pa siya. But yeah, definitely what you should be looking out for too. So right now we are still heading to the downside for Cardano. $2 is still possible, but yeah, sa ngayon ito yung movement natin. Let's also look at the daily time frame for Cardano. So for the daily time frame, I posted a video around 3 to 4 days ago saying na I found this chart for Cardano and Ethereum. This was actually the same chart. So right now for Cardano, we are actually holding strong at this last support for Cardano, the 100-day moving average. But take note guys, if we break this support, we are possibly going down lower na for the Cardano price movement. So if na-break natin tong support, it's sad to say pero we are going to see a $1 Cardano for this movement in the midterm. So yeah, definitely kailangan nyo i-check itong daily time frame para abangan nyo kung ano yung possible movement niya. But yeah, long term bullish pa din tayo dito kay Cardano. Sadyang kay short term and mid term, naapektuhan sila dahil kay Bitcoin. Kaya makita mo na pababa tayo lately. So, should I be worried for the long term? No. For the midterm, I wouldn't be worried kasi this is actually a good time to reaccumulate pa din. And yeah, expected naman na walang profit kasi 'di ba? June, July, August are the months with the lower profit, the lowest returns of the year. So matagal na natin siya inaabangan. So wala naman tayo kaka-worry talaga. Same goes with Ethereum for the daily time frame. Sa daily time frame niya, 'di ba? Yun din sinusundan natin si 200 and 100 day moving average. Ang pinakaiba niya lang kay Cardano, na break na yung 100 day moving average. Kaya I'm more bearish kay Ethereum ngayon in the short term and mid term kasi na-break natin yung 100 day moving average. Kay Cardano, holding strong pa din tayo. So, only then na ma-break, if ma-break natin to, only then should we expect a bearish Cardano movement, which would take us around $1. And take note guys, the more na tumatagal yung ating movement, the more na tumataas yung ating floor price or the 200 day moving average. So, the more na nagde-delay, pataas ng pataas itong indicators natin, which is a good thing for all coins naman. So, tumataas din siya for Ethereum. So, the more na madadelay ito, the more na tataas itong floor price natin. So, i-shoutout ko lang yung mga nagko-comment dito. Thanks Adolovers for the donation. Crypto Lifer, keep doing your thing. Sure, I will. Thank you. And people like you are the reason why I'm continuing this technical analysis. Thank you again for Adolovers for that sticker and Rodaline Tanada. Happy Independence Day. Sir Makab, tingnan din natin ibang comment. Sa debt cross ba, sir, may effect sa dominance and for altcoins? For altcoins, definitely may effect si debt cross. So, if bumagsak si Bitcoin doon, definitely may makikita tayong movement kay altcoins. And then for the dominance, hindi dependent si debt cross kay dominance. That's for sure. So, hindi aasa si debt cross kay dominance. Wala silang direct correlation sa data. So definitely wala silang kinalaman sa dominance. Pero si dominance may kinalaman kay death cross. So naintindihan nyo ba yun? So let's put it this way. Si death cross, kung ano yung maging move ni death cross, kung anong maging move ni dominance, walang epekto si death cross doon. Pero kung ano yung maging move ni death cross, doon magkakaroon ng move si dominance. So let's look at this. So, if let's say nagkaroon ng death cross tapos nag-pump si dominance, i-ano lang natin siya. Let's say si death cross nagkaroon ng cross. So, nagkaroon siya ng cross dito. Tapos nag-pump si Bitcoin dominance. That would indicate na kung yari nag-dump si Bitcoin dito sa death cross. Tapos nag-pump si dominance. Si altcoins mas babagsak ng mas malakas kaysa kay Bitcoin. So, delikado siya pag nag-pump si dominance during the death cross. So pag nag-pump si dominance, GG lahat ng altcoins dito, guys. Delikado. So dapat ang best case scenario natin for a death cross is dapat mag-decline pa din ang dominance para healthy ang altcoins during the death cross. Pero if hindi siya nag-pump, pero if hindi siya nag-decline tapos nag-pump pa din during the death cross kay dominance, that's sad to say na babagsak si altcoins dito during the death cross. So yeah, definitely kailangan nyo abangan yun. Kung mag-uumpisa pa lang mag-aral ng pagbasa ng chart, ano kaya pwedeng starting point? Thank you very much. So, if I were you, I would start understanding first the Bitcoin movement. So, aaralin ko muna yung galaw ni Bitcoin. And sa Bitcoin, ang una kong aaralin dito is first itong RSI, and then next is itong aralin natin itong moving average. Kasi kung titingnan mo, dependent si Bitcoin sa moving average din. Moving average is the average price for the specific time frame. So, kailangan yung intindihin din na ito yung possible movement natin kasi dyan tayo more likely nag-get ng rebound or support or resistance. In this case, nagkaroon ng resistance and support. So, kailangan yung i-follow out itong moving average din. After that, kailangan nyo din aralin yung mga patterns such as this one. So, next thing after moving average is the pattern. After that, buying and selling strategy. Kailangan nyo intindihin when to buy and when to sell. Such as this area, kung kailan tayo nagbabuy, for the point of breakout, nung tayo magbabuy, or if below the moving average, like the 20-day, if below the 20-day, that's a good buy, and if above ng 20-day, that's a good sell. And if you want to see those two type of tutorials, meron ako actually videos, yung Gabs Crypto 101 playlist dito sa YouTube. Tinuturo ko doon yung mga moving averages, Fibonacci, when to buy, ano ba yung entry and exit strategy ko for swing trading, and ano ba yung mga trading patterns na pwede mong gamitin for the Bitcoin price movement. So yeah, if you want to learn those type of charting, you could see my charting style. Take note guys, walang standard for charting style. Personally, yun yung ginagamit kong indicators, yung shinare ko dito sa YouTube channel. So, you could actually use that for your own technical analysis. Pero marami din guys na gumagamit na iba't ibang technical analysis indicators such as the stochastic RSI, meron pa sila yung mga wick off. Ako kasi hindi ko style yun eh. So, if gusto nyo aralin yun, marami namang iba't ibang resources for dito sa YouTube. Pero ang personal style ko is yung moving average, the RSI, and the trading patterns, and traditional statistical analysis. So, yung mga inaral natin nung high school na statistics, pati nung college, ginagamit ko din siya dito. And actually, good thing din siya kasi mas nakakatulong siya in data correlation and possible predictive analysis. Si logarithmic growth curve, galing siya kay trigonometry, kung maalala nyo. Logarithmic, logarithmic chart kasi 'di ba is a very mathematical term, pero ang ibig sabihin lang naman ng logarithmic is nagkaroon ng biglang increase tapos nagde-decline ng paunti-unti sa kanyang growth. Nagkakaroon ng diminishing return. So, ang ano kasi, ang logarithmic curve, yun ang inverse ng exponential curve. Ang exponential, diba, is ganyan, pataas, and then nagkakaroon ng asymptote. Nagkakaroon tayo ng asymptotic movement kay inverse chart. Samantalang kay logarithmic, ang asymptote niya kay x-axis. So, masyado siyang mathematical. So, ito, exponential growth is asymptotic siya kay y-axis. Logarithmic growth, asymptotic siya kay x-axis. So, ayun, mga mathematical equation pa din. So, more on math pa din siya. And applicable din ba siya dito? Yep, of course. The logarithmic growth curve na fina-follow natin, it follows the logarithmic curve. Kasi nga, we are getting this asymptotic movement dito kay Bitcoin as time passes by. And then nagkakaroon din tayo ng exponential growth at each market cycle. Makita mo yung kanyang movement. Meron tayong exponential move, exponential. So, yeah, lahat sila ay mathematical movement pa din. Si Fibonacci, Fibonacci retracement. Kung ipa-plot mo yung Fibonacci, that's actually an exponential growth curve. Kung titingnan mo yung Fibonacci chart. Bigyan quick mathematical lang. So, ito yung Fibonacci sequence. So, Fibonacci sequence, Fibonacci curve. So, kung titingnan mo to, pataas din ang Fibonacci movement talaga. Exponential movement din. Ayan. So, rapid increase kay Fibonacci. Kasi 'di ba, si Fibonacci is the sum of the previous and current number. Pero ayan na, tama na yung masyadong mathematical na yan. So, stick tayo sa layman's term. So, kaya gumagamit ako ng traditional math din dito kasi very accurate ng math for determining the price action kay Bitcoin and other coins kasi dependent pa din sila either way sa numbers. So, yeah, balik tayo dito. So, yeah, Ethereum, bearish, Cardano, bearish, and most of the altcoins are still bearish pa din. So, yeah, yun yung expect natin. Ilang years po, sir, yung Bitcoin super cycle? Every 4 years. So, let's look at this logarithmic growth curve. So, each market cycle has 4 years. So, 4 years sa 2014, 4 years kay 2018. And then right now, expect natin is 4 years. So, around 2022, 2022 or 2021 yung end ng market cycle ngayon. So, definitely a good thing to wait out for, especially if you're in for the long term. I would start selling or I would ladder out my position at the end of this year or if ma-meet natin yung market cycle top anytime soon, magdi-DCA out ako. And if you want to see my strategy with exit strategy, meron akong video din, what is my entry and exit strategy here in YouTube. You could check that one out. Possible po ba $3 ADA for this year? Actually, I believe na kaya pa din mag $5 for Cardano and $10 for the very long term if kakayanin. Kasi meron tayong sinusundan na Cardano to Bitcoin dominance chart. And then itong Cardano to Bitcoin dominance chart is indicating na malaki pa din yung possible growth natin for Cardano. So ayan no. And ito yung possible growth ni Cardano. Siguro that's around 778% growth, 774. Current price ni Cardano is 1.45. So 1.45 times 8.74. So possible na magkaroon ng $12 Cardano. Pero that's very idealistic. 8 yung 10 to $14 na Cardano is very idealistic pero ang realistic ko is around $5. And then if ma-break natin yung $5, only then na we should consider a $10 Cardano. Ethereum, possible pa din siya na mag-reach up to 20K actually. Kasi kung gusto natin i-correlate si Ethereum, let's look at this Ethereum, Bitcoin to Ethereum chart naman. So let's look at Bitcoin. Let's look at the weekly time frame. And then let's compare the Ethereum to US dollar valuation. Ay, shucks, napindot. Ayun. So if you're going to follow this closely, the previous market cycle was also indicated the next market cycle top for Ethereum. Kung titingnan mo na mabuti. Yung 2014 market cycle top was the Ethereum price is actually following the previous Bitcoin chart, Bitcoin cycle. So kaya na-meet natin siya. And then if we are going to follow the 2017 market cycle, that would indicate that Ethereum would go possibly to this level that is around 18,000 US dollars. So 18,000 Ethereum is still possible for this market cycle. Pero I would follow ang pinakang target ko ngayon for Ethereum is this area, which is the 10,000 to $10,000 Ethereum price action. Okay, so 18,000 is still possible, but it is more likely to play out around $7,000 to $7,000 up to 10,000 US dollars Ethereum. Possible kaya ma-reach pa ni Bitcoin si 50K before or during that cross. That's very hard to say kasi if follow natin itong daily time frame. Try natin i-compare lang para magkaroon tayo ng idea. Kasi if one thing na makakatulong sa atin, it's historical data. So, nagkaroon siya ng pump to the upside of 40% pump kay dito kay Bitcoin noong death cross. So, let's try to look at 40K pump kay Bitcoin. 40% pump. So, if mag-pump tayo ng 40% from this current price action, that would give us a 48,000 US dollars Bitcoin. So, I think 50K is unlikely. Mukhang malabo. 49K siguro maximum kung mag-pump tayo dito at ifa-follow itong death cross pump. So yeah, parang unlikely siya. Especially if we went lower pa tapos nag-expect tayo na 40% pump. Definitely 50K is not possible na. Siguro 40 around this area, 44K na lang yung magiging pump natin nun. Still possible na mag-dump pa si Bitcoin to 25-30K. Yeah, possible pa din. Kasi magda-death cross pa lang tayo anytime soon. And you could scroll back to this whole video para malaman yung mga iba't ibang actions natin. Oh, actually, nag-start na yung next 4-hour candle. Let's look at the 4-hour candle. So this is now the 4-hour candle. Nag-12 na pala. So right now, we are guessing this possible pump dito sa support area natin. So I believe short term is very hard to predict ngayon. It's hard to analyze din. Pero nonetheless, I would expect a pump and dump movement for Bitcoin for this whole period. Kasi nga everyone is still extremely fearful dito sa ating market. And yeah, we are now getting that pump. Let's look at the minute time frame. Masyado pang maaga para magsabing pump siya. Yeah, 1 minute. Medyo magulo pa lahat. Actually, indecisive itong 1 minute ngayon. Unlike ito, decisive sila na pababa. Pero ngayon, wala pa for this 4-hour time frame. Ay, for this 1 minute time frame pala. Yung mga panic traders. Pero yeah, right now, we are seeing this pump for the 4-hour time frame. We're getting this support from our support area. So, ngayon wala pa tayo sigurong move na masasabi for Bitcoin. But definitely, for the long term, I would expect this pump before having a move to the downside. So Bitcoin would more likely to play out along this pump dump area for the short term. So if that would be the case for the Bitcoin price in the current action, you could see actually a pump dump for Bitcoin at around this area for 3 to 6 months. And that's not a bad thing kasi the accumulation phase is, remember, a good thing dahil we could accumulate more coins. And the more na nadadelay ating movement, the more na tumataas ang ating market cycle top. 15K BTC, sir, or 20K? I doubt na aabot ng 15K. Bakit? Kasi, tingnan natin tong weekly time frame. Actually, ito palang weekly time frame, pwede mo din gawing basis yung ating bottom kasi si 50-week moving average is andito. So, medyo pwede mo siyang gawing support. Actually, noong death cross, si 50-week moving average yung naging basis natin for the bottom, ay no, nung nagkaroon ng death cross dito, this was the point of death cross, the 50-week moving average acted as a support for the death cross. So in that case, I think this is a new data telling us na if ever na we got a death cross, itong 50-week moving average ang kailangan natin i-follow out. So if you're going to look closely during the previous death cross, the 50-week moving average acted as a support for the death cross. So if ever na makuha natin yung death cross ngayon, 50-week moving average is the big support for our price action. Nonetheless, pump and dump pa din ang mangyayari for this next 3 to 6 months. Maximum na yung 6 months, minimum is around 3 months. And we could even go lower than 3 months. We could get faster than 3 months, pero 6 months is maximum dahil sa mga charts natin dito. After market cycle top po ba altcoin season naman? I don't think so. After the market cycle top, bear market na yun for all coins. My engineering nightmares bumabalik. Actually, alam nyo ba guys, yung calculus, pwede nyo siya gamitin dito. Yung limit, yung buy at sell limit order, gamit yun sa, tawag dun? Anong calculus yun? Ah, kasi diba yung limits of a function, kalimutan ko tuloy ano siya. Limit. May integral, hindi siya integral calculus, yung isang calculus, nakalimutan ko yung pangalan niya. In the past, gaano po katagal ang altcoin season at Bitcoin season? Good question. Let's try to look at the chart again. So, yung ating ano ngayon, burahin na natin to kasi medyo magulo. And guys, nakikita nyo na ba ulit? Nawala lang saglit ulit. But anyway, we are going to end this anytime soon. So, historical data, around 3 to 6 months lang yung altcoin season. 3 to 4 months lang, 3 to 4 months. Kasi kung titingnan mo to, around the all-time, January hanggang May lang si altcoin season. Same goes with dito, 4 months lang siya. So, 3 to 4 months lang si altcoin season usually. Yung talagang altcoin season na. So, sa ngayon, nasa 4th month na tayo. Nag-start si altcoin season around end of January, start of March, start of February. So, yeah, that's why patapos na rin si altcoin season dito. Anyway, let's try to have one last look dito for the Bitcoin price. So this 1 hour time frame, we are getting this pump. Same goes with the 4 hour time frame. Pero in the daily, we are still falling. So we might even trend lower. And then for the Ethereum price action, daily time frame is even going down pa din. So 100 and 200 day moving average. So bearish pa din tayo kay Ethereum. Yeah. I guess that's all for this video. Thanks for watching the video guys, and thank you sa lahat ng mga bumate. So if you find this video informative, useful, and nakatulong sa inyo, please give this video a like. And if you want to support the channel, you can also drop some donation dito sa channel using the YouTube super chat. If you want to know how to buy the dip, you can also check my other video. You can you can also check out my other tutorials. If you want to see more signals like this, such as yung head and shoulders na to, na fina-follow natin dito, you can also join our Telegram, Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. Link is in the description below, and dun lahat yung mga signals na to. And if you want to see more contents like this, please subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next video. So yeah, bye-bye for now, and Take care, guys. Happy Independence Day and have a good Sunday. Bye bye.